The Selangor government, through several of its MPs, has reiterated the need to take over Puncak Niaga, saying it is offering a reasonable price to prevent a water tariff hike in the state. DAP MP Tony Pua said including future profits into the takeover price tag, which is also technically termed as the discounted cash flow model to take over the water operators, is illogical because it is not an enterprise business.
They have obviously leaked out their replies Puncak unlikely to accept offer. I mean, this probably wasn't written by the reporters themselves. Chances are it's after quoting sources and so on. They have already stated they are not going to accept. But what we call upon is we will not pay for their future profits. There's no reason for the government, federal or the state, to pay for future profits. Paying for future profits will render the exercise, as William said, pointless. We're just transferring the high cost from one company to another to the government. That's all.
Referring to a story on this week's The Age Weekly entitled Puncak Unlikely to Accept Offer, Pua reasoned that the Selangor government has already given a fair offer totaling 5.1 billion ringgit, complying with the terms and conditions in the concession agreements for the takeover of Puncak Niaga.
If I buy over McDonald's, I pay for their future profits. Fair enough. It is an enterprise, private enterprise, built on its own. It has brand name, equity value, goodwill and so on. I pay for its future value. But if it is a concession granted by the government, if I terminate the concession, why should I pay you your future profits? There's no basis to pay future profits, and hence the discounted cash flow model does not apply at all.
Another DAP MP, Charles Santiago, also hit out at Puncak, saying the company did not abide by the conditions in the concession agreement in the first place, thus it has no reason to be paid such a high compensation.
72% worth of contracts amounting to 600 million Malaysian ringgit were awarded to selected companies. Direct negotiations. Now this is in violation of the concession agreement. The concession agreement says that you have to have an open tender process. But clearly in this case, there was no open tender. It was given to selected companies, and I'm suggesting here that it is given to Puncak Niaga. Now, Puncak Niaga is 70% shareholder of Shabas. So Shabas runs the water management, and Puncak does all the capacity expenditure. So if you look at it from that perspective, one, Shabas is making, or Puncak is making money from water as well as capacity expenditure on both sides.
For water concessionaires, Puncak Niaga or PNSB, Syarikat Pengeluar Air Sungai Selangor or SPLASH, and Syarikat Bekalan Air Selangor or Shabas will have to reply the Selangor government on the offers by 20th February. The takeover to restructure the inefficient water industry must be done by 31st March as ordered by the Ministry of Energy, Water and Communication. The Selangor government would then hand over the water assets to Pengurusan Aset Air Berhad, the National Water Management Company, which will then lease it back to the Selangor government through Kumpulan Darul Ehsan Berhad. Selangor citizens would risk paying 37% higher for water should the state government fail to take over these water concessionaires. Meanwhile, on another matter, Penang's Chief Minister Lim Guan Eng said the federal government should pay 800 ringgit to each Malaysian who has lost their jobs for 3 to 6 months depending on how long the economic downturn lasts. He said the second stimulus package planned on the 10th of March should focus on putting money directly into the pockets of consumers instead of huge corporations. Daniel Koo reporting for the HTV.